Thank you for joining me today on Follow the Turtle, Educate Yourself. My name is Kitty Barringer, and I work for the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina. We have been talking about memory for several weeks, and today we're going to talk specifically about remembering names. I have 4 different tips to give you to help remember names. First, we need to stop, look, and listen. When we're being introduced, or if someone is introducing themselves, we need to stop and pay attention to them. We need to look right at them and notice their facial features so that we can put names and faces together. We need to listen carefully to what they're saying. And if we miss their name, then we just say, I'm sorry, I missed your name. Can you repeat that? And they will. And the second thing that I'm going to tell you about to save your memories of names is ways to save their names. And so in the conversation, you're talking to them, and you can say things like, well, Jim, how long have you lived here? And then Jim will tell you. Talking is like a tennis match. It's back and forth. We don't do all the talking. So after he finishes, then you might say, well, do you have these special hobbies that you like to do? And then Jim will tell you. So it's kind of that kind of conversation, just things you might ask, and you always try to use Jim's name. And then when you get ready to leave, you can say, well, Jim, I sure do appreciate you talking with me today, and I have to go now. I'll see you later. And then you go. And then when you finally get back home, you can repeat the name Jim over and over and over and over. That's another way to remember. You can also select some cue that might help you remember the name. You can use names of people that you may have met in the support group, or he may be a new person that is going to the support group. And so you really want to remember his name to help him get into the support group. You can name the name with some celebrity. I have a friend named Aretha. And so I named her Aretha Franklin. And she's kind of got the curly hair, kind of like Aretha Franklin. And I've tried to get her to sing for me, but she will not sing. You can find a name and link it with a hobby of something that you like, or something that they like that you would like to start. You can make up just crazy names for people. One lady was remembered because when she talks, she raises her eyebrows up and down. Another lady, she has been called the blonde brain, and she is blonde. And so I associate her name with being a brain. And my name is Kitty, and people call me Kitty Cat, or they'll call me Miss Kitty, like Miss Kitty in Gunsmoke. So the more outrageous your connection is, the better off you are to remember it. And once again, I think I said earlier, you just repeat the name over and over and over. And eventually it will sink in. And the key to remember a name is to remember what you connected it with. The job, the hobby, the sport, just different things, just different items about people. There are 4 W's that may help you remember all these things that I have said. And they are who the person is, what they do, where you met them, and when you met them. So you try to give yourself a bunch of different clues to remember their name. You can practice the conversations with them in private so that when you see them in reality, you can talk to them. You can keep a notebook of names, and this way you can always be prepared. You can have a place that you go, say to your doctor, write out your doctor's name, his nurse, write out her name. You can look up the name for your therapist and have that there. Just lots of different places wherever you go. Mainly is the who you want to put in that notebook, and you want to be specific and give yourself clues to who they are and where they are. And sometimes it's just gonna happen that you can't remember their name, and it's okay. And people are generally wanting to help you remember their name. So before you go somewhere that you know you're going, review your notebook so that you remember the name of the person to whatever place you're going to. You can also, if you forget, you can go through the ABCs and see if any of the letters will help you figure out their name. And the last thing is, if you remember, you can just have an I forgot speech ready whenever you forget. And you can say something like, I know your face, but I can't call your name. And generally, they will add their name right in. And by the way, that's one I use a whole lot. The main thing as far as remembering names is to sum all this stuff up and have an action plan to try to help yourself. You can pick any way you want to help yourself and work on that. You can write down sentences and say, I have trouble remembering names when. And for me, I have trouble remembering names if I'm in a crowd of people, if there's a lot of noise, if there's music blaring and lots of lights and commotion going on. It's hard for me to get that name and hold on to it. So you have to figure out what works for you and then do that. And that's okay. And before I let you go on this subject, remember that queasy feeling you get when you forget or you get upset and nervous. Well, that same chemical that does that in your stomach will also do that in your brain. And so we want to make our brains work without getting all messed up and nervous. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Brain Injury Association. We have 5 offices. We have 1 telephone number that reaches all 5. That number is 1-919-833-9634. 1-919-833-9634. You can also reach us online at www.vianc.net. There on our website, you will find a resource section that lists resources throughout the state that you might be able to use. There are also 30 support groups listed with contact information that are all across the state, and they're the only ones that we're aware of. There may be others. There's also another section in the website that focuses on events that we're having or participating in. And there's some support groups listed there and how they meet. And there's also information about events that we're doing. And we have a virtual camp coming up next week. You can still attend. It's not too late. It's free. We also have a virtual family professional conference coming up later this year. And I'll give you more details about that the closer it gets. We also have social media that you can contact us. And we're doing these Follow the Turtle sessions every other week. So we're doing that twice a month so that you can be involved with me doing Follow the Turtle, Educate Yourself. I'd like to ask you to please add in your comments about this particular session, ideas of things that you would like for me to research and get back with you on. That would greatly help me. I want to be able to tell you things that will help you. And I need your help to tell me things like that. Our next meeting is going to be September the 29th at 2 p.m. So I will say goodbye for now. I look forward to talking to you again, and have a good day. Bye-bye.